This was really impressive. I've struggled probably the most with this as we had our conversation last night.
I don't know about that, Mike. I think we're all struggling with considerably.
But I think everyone had made a decision when they left, including me, and I felt like I was probably the only one disagreeing with it. The thing that I'm struggling with, and I believe it, Steve Fega, is that right? I mean, the decision that we're trying to make is, do I pay the gas bill or the light bill? But I can't afford to pay them both. The board was not making a decision about cutting a music program. That wasn't our decision to make. So and in some ways, I mean, I appreciate what you were saying, but I also want to say from this board and boards that preceded us, your boards of education have been very, very, very committed to arts programs. I mean, we've got a fine arts building or addition at West High that's the envy of the state. We just committed over $6 million to build one at City High. I mean, so there is commitment to do that. I mean, you don't have to send me a letter or an email to tell me about that. I share your commitment. These are not easy decisions. And what concerns me and what I'm struggling with through this whole thing is that I'd like to believe that a short-term solution can get us through this. And I'm trying to find the right analogy. And it's like the doctor says to you, I've got to cut your finger off. You say, no, I don't want you to do that. And a year from now, he's going to tell us he's got to cut our arm off. And we can't make this decision because all of you are right. Those programs are so important, and there isn't one of us sitting here that's disagreeing with you. And I don't know how to make this decision, but I'm scared to death that the decision we're going to have to make, and I don't care how many of you can fill the room a year from now, but I fear for the decision, the next decision that we're going to have to make, and I don't think we're going to like it. So the position I was taking is that, isn't it better to cut the finger off? Now, what that finger is, I don't know what that is. That wasn't for us to decide. But we've, as a community, have got to get serious. And I think we've taken it for granted. I mean, we do have the best. We've got the best teachers. We've got the best students. I mean, we're proud of what you've all done. That's why we ran for the board. We want to keep this going. So there's not one of us here that doesn't want to do that. The point is, how do we keep it going? And I go back to Steve. I'm struggling with which bill we don't pay. And by just putting it up, well, we'll just put it on the credit card. Hey, you still got to pay it. The governor's already told, his proposal is no increase next year. These problems are going to get worse instead of better. Now, let's start saving energy, okay? Well, what's that going to amount to? Well, it's not going to be $4 million. I don't know how far we have to go. That's what I'm struggling with. I don't want to ruin any of these programs. But you've certainly convinced me about your passion. And I don't disagree with it, and I'm proud of all of you. I just want you to know where I'm sitting right now, this is not an easy decision. It shouldn't be an easy decision. And, you know, when we let the banks do this, it's called reserve. How far can you go before you get in trouble? Well, the federal government bailed them out. I don't think they're going to help us next year. Then what happens?
Well stated, Mike. We've heard a lot of you say that you're willing to continue working to be part